Tonight on Tom's River Schools Today, we will take a look at your upcoming weather.
And as always, we have a look at some of the upcoming events around the school district. Tom's River Schools Today starts in 2 minutes.
And girls in the clique, the awful names at the stick. You're never gonna fit in much, kid. But if you're troubled and hurt, what you got under your shirt will make them pay for the things that they did.
We'll do it all, everything on our own. We don't need anything or if I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world?
Hello and welcome to Tom's River Schools Today for Monday, February the 24th.
Ryan, you're supposed to say your name.
Oh, wait. I'm Ryan Scardo.
And I'm Nicole Platten. Later on tonight, we will check out your weather and we will see how one lucky dog got home safe and sound.
But up first, tonight we take a look at our elementary school in our elementary happening segment.
Starting off our elementary happenings, check in with your main office to see about any upcoming shows.
Oh, a special bond taking center court at
Nicollet High School.
Nicollet High School in Glendale, Wisconsin. It's the final home game of the JV season, and Coach had his own surprise for his team. Suzanne Spencer reports.
At Nicollet High School. Everyone is getting ready, including JV boys basketball team manager Hunter Peterson.
Coach T. Everybody call me Coach T.
Coach Terrence Smith knows tonight's game will be tough on many fronts.
I'm tearing up here.
It is the final home game of the season. One of his stars, number 14, isn't staying on the bench tonight.
He might not ever be able to do this again in his life. And it's a lot of kids that want to do this and can't.
Coach T and Hunter developed a friendship that doesn't take note of its differences.
He's not a Down syndrome kid to me, per se. He's another kid, like anyone else.
The two met in special education at Nicollet 4 years ago and realized a love of basketball was something they shared.
He would come to practice and play with us. And so it was like, let's suit him up, let's play him.
Hunter is in his 3rd season. He's a senior now, and this year will be his last.
Yes, indeed. It's our best friend, the Coach T.
This is it. He's my senior. He's done. It's all over.
And like any good friend, Coach knows just what Hunter needs.
It's more than basketball. It's about life.
With a quick tap.
Come on, Hunter, come on. That's the one. We've been practicing, and I was just hoping that he makes it.
And like any good friendship, we may even surprise each other. A second shot with a look that says it all.
It's a big moment.
A moment bigger than basketball.
It means a lot for him. He'll remember this for the rest of his life.
Pushing differences aside with a little help from each other.
Let's take a look at today's random fact of the day.
Hi, I'm Stephen Jones with TV21's Random Fact of the Day. Did you know that a gallon of water weighs 8.34 pounds? For every 2.31 feet that water is raised above the Earth's surface, it can create 1 pound per square inch of pressure.
A Pennsylvania pet owner was horrified when a hawk scooped up her blind and deaf toy poodle. But amazingly, the dog is now back in her arms. Caitlin Skies explains what happened.
Falcione calls her little clan of dogs her life.
Hi, guys.
The crew.
Hi.
But after what happened Thursday, she wasn't sure she'd see her 16-year-old poodle, Portia, again.
But all I can do is thank God for the miracle, because I don't know how else this dog could have survived.
A wild night that started when Portia was scooped up from Falcione's back deck by a hawk and carried off. After hours of searching, Falcione started to lose hope, especially after temperatures dropped well below freezing overnight, until Friday afternoon when she got a call from Banfield Animal Hospital saying they had Portia.
I said, that's impossible. She could not have survived 28 hours out in the bitter cold weather in 10-degree weather. This is a 6.5-pound dog. She's blind. She's deaf. She's 16 years old. I went down there, and sure enough, this is the dog.
Portia had been found by a neighbor, dropped by the hawk nearly 4 blocks away from her home. Falcione said Portia may be the tiniest dog, but she has the strongest will to live.
How she got away, I have no idea. How she survived it, I will never know. But I know one thing. By the grace of God, this dog is still alive.
It's your turn, don't mess up.
It's time to take a trip around the world in our 60-second road trip. Can you guess where we are today?
She once had me. She showed me her room. Isn't it good? Norwegian wood. She asked me to stay and she told me to sit anywhere. So I looked around and I noticed there wasn't a chair. I sat on the
Time for us to take a look at the dictionary.com's word of the day. Today's word is realpolitik, meaning political realism or practical politics, especially policy-based or power rather than ideals. And now for today's sentence, the intrastate realpolitik would end up devouring the philosophers themselves.
Now we are going to take a short break. But coming up, we take a look at our intermediate happenings.
And we also take a look at your weather. So stick around. We'll be right back. Starting off, Intermediate Happenings Interact Club will meet Wednesday, February 26th in G13, 113, until late buses.
Reminder, we are still collecting coats for our coat drive. Please drop them off in the box located in the main entrance hallway.
At Intermediate East, the TREE Club is sponsoring a pet supply drive for the Jersey Shore Animal Center. We will be collecting dog and cat food, treats, and toys, and supplies throughout the month of February. Please see the posted flyers around our school for the specific products that they are looking for. All donations can be placed inside the collection bins in the main office or cafeteria.
It is now time for our environmental tip of the day. Each day we will bring a tip that will help save the environment. Let's take a look at today's tip.
Green to go. Not brewing at home? Take a travel cup to your favorite Java joint. They may fill it up at a discount.
Every day on this show, we will be bringing you the tip of the day, so stay tuned tomorrow as we give you another way to help save the environment.
Oh, it's A2. Wait. Man's best friend is back with the man who loves him. All Illinois resident has his guide dog, Luca, back. He thinks some teens took the dog from his backyard, but when they heard how much the loss hurt the owner, one of them had a change of heart. Evelyn Holmes has more on the reunion.
My friend and my eyes.
Today, Kevin Coachman is keeping his service dog Luca a little closer, just hours after the safe return of the purebred German Shepherd who was taken 3 days ago.
He feels great. He was very hungry and thirsty when he drank a whole pail of water, so I know he was kind of thirsty.
Coachman has been praying for Luca to come home. Kevin, who became completely blind a few years ago after he was shot multiple times during a carjacking, was paired with Luca since last year. Saturday morning, the 58-year-old's prayers were answered when he got a phone call from a neighborhood teen who said his friends had taken Luca and he knew it was wrong.
I was sitting right here, and he walked up and gave it to me and told me his name and told me what he was doing.
Just yesterday, the married father told ABC 7 News how on Tuesday thieves have taken his dog from the backyard of his South Suburban Harvey home.
This is Luca. Yeah, this is my boy. He's a good boy.
Since word of Luca's return, there's been a steady stream of well-wishers and support.
When I heard him say, to please return his dog, or at least to be good to the dog because he's a good dog, it made me cry.
I'm so proud he got his dog back because I like that dog too.
And while the ordeal may have left some bitter, Kevin Coachman says it only has renewed his faith in the goodness of people.
When you do right, right will prevail.
A California couple is expected to be released from the hospital following an amazing rescue. The pair went missing after going hiking on Valentine's Day. Even authorities believe the couple's chances of survival were so slim. Authorities treated the search as a recovery mission. Rick Dominguez has a closer look at the pair managed to beat the odds and survive more than a week in a dense forest.
A miraculous rescue for a couple missing since Valentine's Day. The hikers in their 70s got lost in a dense California forest. More than a week later, following an intense search, rescue crews found them alive.
This is the best possible ending, right? Our parents are scratched up a little bit, and that's minimalizing it.
Carol Kiparski and Ian Irwin both suffered from hypothermia but were able to stay alive. Authorities say Kiparski had lost her shoes and neither had eaten in more than a week. Irwin was in such great spirits he was actually singing as rescuers approached him.
I don't know who this guy is that found them, a high school student. Thank you. This dog, good boy.
The couple was last seen February 14th at a vacation rental home in a remote area north of San Francisco.
They went out Valentine's Day to look at the sunset, and it got dark. They took a wrong turn, and they found themselves in trouble, and they kept going.
The couple's sons are revealing new details about how their parents managed to survive this long, saying their mother is an herbalist and their father is a bit of a survivalist.
They know how to like find things and eat. So they were eating like some part of a fern. Like I wouldn't know this. What you're able to eat, like the tip of a fern. They were drinking out of a puddle.
On Thursday, officials changed their effort to a search and recovery mission, believing there was no way the couple could have survived. Their fate changed on Saturday when volunteers searching through dense vegetation heard their voices. I'm Rick Damigella reporting.
It is now time for another break. Coming up later in the show, we will take a look at your high school happenings.
Tom's River Schools Today. We'll be right back.
But the butcher don't care if you live or if you die. But I've never touched nothing that my spirit could kill. You know, I've seen a lot of people walking around with tombstones in their eyes.
Last night I had the strangest dream. I sailed away to China in a little rowboat to find you, and you said you had to get your laundry clean.
Starting off our high school happenings, attention students and staff. The school store is now open to serve you. We are stocked with all your Raider apparel needs, including Champion and Under Armour brands. The school store is open every day after school from 1:40 to 2 p.m. We also have Yoo-Hoo, Snapple, and water for $1, as well as many delicious snacks to get you energized for your after-school practices. Stop in soon. It's time to get Raiderized.
Are you looking for some excitement? Do you want to help others? Why don't you become an EMT for the Eastover First Aid Squad? EMT applications can be picked up in the safety office. Just see Officer Kenny or Officer Herbst in the main office.
The Creative Writing and Art magazine of High School North is accepting creative writing and art submissions from all students and staff for the 2020 edition of Polarize. Submissions can be turned into Mr. Domino in BB7 or email them to trnpolaris@yahoo.com.
All Mariners college visits have been scheduled for this month. Meeting with representatives helps you on your selection process. Come hear what the colleges you're interested in have to offer. You must see Mrs. Rose in guidance to sign up in advance to attend. The list will be posted in your junior and senior English classrooms, and check the High School North website at trschools.com soon for complete list each month. Oh, God.
Let's now take a look at what grinds our gears.
Hi, I'm Megan Costello, and what really grinds my gears is when I'm at work and customers are super rude to me.
It is now time for us to take a short break, but after the break, we will take a look at your 3-day forecast.
Tom's River Schools Today will be right back.
Oh, he's gonna kill me.
Broken bottles in the hotel lobby. Seems to me like I'm just scared of never feeling it again. But I know it's crazy to believe in silly things, but it's not that easy. I remember it now, it takes me back to when it all first started. But I've only got myself to blame for it, and I accept it now. It's time to let it go out and start again. But it's not that easy. But I've got high hopes. It takes me back to when we started. High hopes when you let it go. Crowded hallways are the loneliest places for outcasts and rebels, or anyone who just dares to be different. And you've been trying for so long to find out where your place is, but in their narrow minds there's no room for anyone who dares to do something different. Oh, but listen for a minute. Trust the one who's been where you are, wishing all it was sticks and stones. Those words cut deep, but they don't mean you're all alone, and you're not invisible.
Starting off sports, almost a month after he was killed in a helicopter crash, along with his daughter and 7 others, a public memorial service is being held for Kobe Bryant and his daughter. Gigi Connor Powell is outside Staples Center, where the service will begin later today.
It's being called a celebration of life, and this morning fans will be given an opportunity to say goodbye to one of the greatest basketball players of all time.
He inspired a whole generation of young athletes.
I grew up watching him play. You know, it's like he's a part of a lot of our lives, and he's just a special person.
Kobe Bryant and his 13-year-old daughter Gianna were laid to rest during a private memorial service earlier this month in Corona del Mar, California. Bryant spent his entire professional career with the Los Angeles Lakers, much of that time playing right here at the Staples Center. Tickets for today's services range from $24.02 to $224. Those price points, along with today's date, are in honor of the number 24 jersey Bryant wore the later part of his career, and the number 2 jersey his daughter Gianna wore in youth basketball. Bryant is so synonymous with Los Angeles, he has a day honoring him.
So when I first came out here, man, I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know anything about anything, but just watching the city develop and grow, and to being here today.
That passion for the game, something Bryant shared with Gianna, or Gigi, as she was known.
Coaching the kids is fun. It just kind of came out of nowhere because my daughter just decided she wanted to play about 2.5 years ago. It's fun to sit there and watch them hoop.
Rest in peace, Kobe. You're never going to be forgotten. We love you. Mom out.
In Los Angeles, I'm Connor Powell.
Let's now take a look at our 3-day forecast. For tomorrow, it will be cloudy with a high of 48 and low of 40. For Wednesday, the clouds stay around with a high of 48 and a low of 39. And finally, for Thursday, it will be clear with a high of 44 and low of 26.
Wrapping up tonight's show, a Kansas woman thinks she'll have to go into bankruptcy after online scammers took her savings. She's retired and says the con was convincing. Kelly Eckerman caught up with her over Land Park.
He said it's a World Grant Humanitarian Financial Assistance Program.
Diana is sharing one of the original messages she got, encouraging her to apply for a grant for retired people.
He said, I got $50,000 and my friend got $150,000.
The Facebook messages appeared to be coming from a good friend, so she did everything they asked.
They had me fill out everything. They know my social security number, they have my driver's license, they have my mother's maiden name, they have every single thing about me.
Diana was promised the grant money would go into her bank account, but to keep the money coming, she had to follow some instructions. These are receipts for prepaid money cards, cell phones, and money transfers she purchased and shipped to various addresses. While she initially got some money, those scammers posing as her friend later came back and drained her account. She's out $89,000.
How did they get into my computer and talk to me and say everything and act like it was him? Otherwise, I would have never done this in all my life. I would never have done this. How am I going to live? And what do you do when you go into bankruptcy? I hate to do that, and I'm going to have to do it.
Well, that wraps up tonight's show for Townsville Schools Today. I'm Ryan Sicardo.
And I'm Nicole Platten. Have a great night.